So this morning I was reading about Walt Disney, and I didn't know this, but he had gone bankrupt with his first company before the 20s. In the earlier part of the century, he had kind of gone all in on animation. He thought that was the wave of the future, and he was going to make all these animated films. And he tried, and he had another company, and like I said, they went bankrupt. He lost everything. So he moved, and he started another company under his name, Disney. And he was doing the same thing. He was coming up with all these characters, trying to make these little 10, 12-minute animated films that he would show in movie houses before the movie. Nobody liked them. They weren't successful. One of his characters that he came up with was Mickey Mouse, actually. And this character, again, was in a lot of his... It wasn't the main character per se, but it was one of many characters. And, they just weren't catching on too well. But he tried a lot of different stuff. He did a lot of different things with his different characters. And one of them is he started making watches. He started making these Mickey Mouse watches. And I just learned this morning, but apparently back in the 30s when he started making these things, they were like the number one selling watch in the country. So people didn't like the films. They didn't like the cartoons. They didn't like the comic strips, but they loved the watches. And that is the thing that made him successful. And he was able to parlay that success, take the money that he made from selling watches with Mickey Mouse on them to making films that became successful. And to, obviously building a theme park. Everything that he did basically came from that watch, which wasn't even the main thing he was focusing on. The main thing he was focusing on was making animated films. So the point is like when Russell Brunson says you need to be documenting your journey. You need to be making a lot of content every day. So you should have a goal. You should have a guideline that you're following. Like, I'm trying to sell this affiliate product, or I'm trying to sell this e-com, whatever it is you're trying to sell, right? But you need to be documenting the journey. You need to be and looking for what you can spin off of it that could make you money, possibly. In case either the first thing fails or you just find something else, some other way to generate revenue. So the point is have a goal, get to work, but make sure you document everything and make sure you constantly keep an eye open for other ways to monetize. I mean, just as an example, so let's say you're making content every day for your business, whatever business it is. You're on Instagram, you're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, so on and so forth. You're podcasting. One of them might take off, and and the other ones may not. You can focus on that. Also, you might be trying to sell an affiliate product through all of your efforts, and it's not selling. But you might, during the course of building an audience, you might have like a slogan or a phrase that you use, or something like that you can sell merchandise with that slogan on. That could give you success. So always keep an eye out. Always keep an eye out on what other ways you can monetize your business. So focus on your main thing. Keep a journal. Document your experience. And look for those little opportunities where you could sell a watch, basically. That's all I got for you today. I just read that story this morning. I thought it was interesting. I never knew that, and I wanted to share it with you. If you would like more information, if you'd like to learn my number one recommendation on how to get started making a full-time living online, head on over to jasonallenonline.com and check out the resource I've got over there. Until tomorrow.